Hey, it's Neil from Gentry's. Today we're going to do something a little different. Today we're not talking about firearms, we're not talking about ammunition, we're not talking about hunting supplies, we're not talking about deer feeders, we're not talking about any of that stuff. Today we're going to talk a little bit about emergency preparedness, particularly when it comes to food storage. We're filming this video tail end of November in 2014. If you have paid any attention to the news in the last 4 or 5 days, you know that Upper New York got up to 7 feet of snow dumped on it. There are people in Upper New York that have not been out of their homes in a week and probably won't be out for a little bit more. If you've seen the pictures or the videos online, you've seen people open their front doors and their front doors are a solid sheet of white because they're snowed all the way over. If you live in our part of the world, we're in Kentucky. If you live here, you live through Arkansas, Missouri, down into Oklahoma and Texas. You remember 4 years ago, 5 years ago, we had a giant ice storm that came through. We live kind of in the middle of nowhere, and we were out of power at our house for about 2.5 weeks. And we luckily had enough food and food stores in our house that amount of time without being able to leave was not really much of a concern. But not everybody has long-term, non-perishable food in their house. And even if they do, a lot of times they don't think about the things like milk. They don't think about things like sugar. They don't think about those sort of issues. And when you start to look at what's involved in serious long-term food storage, it gets almost overwhelming. And we had been looking for some time for a food storage, long-term food supply vendor option for the store, just to help people out in this area. And we found this company out of Utah named Auguson Farms. They have been absolutely amazing to deal with, and it is a great product. And I kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of an overview. There's going to be a partner video that goes with this that is going to talk about a little project that we're going to do over the course of the next month, and I'd encourage you to watch that. But I want to give you a little bit of an overview of what we're talking about. If you go through a Walmart, you go through a Dick's Sporting Goods, you come into our store, a lot of times you will see these little individual Mylar bags. Mountain House is one that you see a lot. This is Grizzly Ridge. This is Auguson's product. And basically what they are they're freeze-dried food. They're stored in Mylar bags. They have an oxygen absorber in them. They are shelf-stable as they are in the pack for up to 25 years in some cases, usually around 20 for most of the products. You simply put hot water in these, boil some water, put some hot water in them, seal the bag back up, shake it really good to get it all circulated around in the product, and you can eat it right out of the bag. Now, a lot of those tend to be single serving. They tend to be for campers and backpackers and hunters and that sort of thing, and they don't really make a good product or a cost-effective product for something that you can just kind of put up in case you get stuck in your house from a snowstorm or an ice storm, or you have an issue come up and you're not able to get out for a little while. And those are great options for kind of hit and miss. I'm going to go deer hunting, and I'll do that. I'll go deer hunting and I'll take one with me, and that's what I'll have for lunch. I'll mix that up instead of getting out of the blind and going back in. They're great for that, but for something that's a long-term storage solution, it's not really cost-effective and not really practical. Now, the other issue that we have found is we started to look through all the different options that we could find for a vendor for long-term storage. No one wants to give you a calorie count on what their large kits are. You will see kits advertised online from a variety of companies, and I'm not going to name them, but you will see kits named online or sold online from a variety of companies, and they'll say 30-day food supply, and you go through all of their literature, all of their advertising material, and you cannot find a calorie count, all right? And that is a big, big, big deal, okay? I'm 5'10", 5'11". I weigh right now, I'm a little fluffy, I weigh 188 pounds. I weighed this morning, okay? So my basal metabolic rate, what that means is that's the minimum calories that my body needs to run itself without using stores, without burning fat. The minimal amount of calories that my body needs to run itself is somewhere around 1,500 to 1,600 calories a day. So if I don't take in a minimum of 1,500 to 1,600 calories a day over a long period of time, I can't maintain my weight. I can't survive. Now, that's not even giving me any additional calories for energy or work or activities. That's just the amount of energy it takes just to run my body. If I just sat on the couch and watched football all day, I would burn about 1,500, 1,600 calories. So when you start to look at some of these long-term storage options, particularly the stuff that's prepackaged, the amount of calories that they budget for you each day begins to become a huge deal, because a lot of these kits are created to be supplemented with particularly protein calories, but they're created to be supplemented with additional calories from other sources of food. That's fine, and I understand why they do it that way. And it doesn't really matter from a cost standpoint. When we started to look at these, I was amazed at the cost effectiveness and the price point of the Auguson Farms product, because it was a complete calorie load at many times a cheaper or lower price than what we were finding in some of the other vendors. And the other vendors did not have a calorie load sufficient to maintain you on a daily basis. A lot of these, when you call the company and you say, hey, I want to buy X amount of this stuff, and I can't find a calorie load on it, they'll come back and say, well, it's 1,250 calories a day. Well, 1,250 calories a day is not going to run me, okay? We have a farm. I'm very active. I hunt. I do a lot of work on our farm. I'm a very hands-on kind of person. 1,250 calories is not going to run my body very long, okay? I can't do that for long periods of time, or I'm going to lose some significant weight, and I'm going to have some energy issues. I'm going to have all kinds of weird stuff go on if I try to maintain 1,250 calories in my body for any kind of an extended period. And that is what we found when we started to look at Augusons. And if this is something that you want to look at, if long-term food storage is something that you want to begin to plan for, there are a lot of fantastic resources out there. I'm a Southern Baptist. I'm not Mormon, but the Mormon Church has a ton of information out there on kind of long-term food storage stuff if you want to get into the serious aspect of it. But if you want to put something in your home to get you through a 30-day or a 60-day or a whatever window that you need long-term additional calories in your house that's safe, that you can kind of put in a closet and forget about it, we wanted to kind of run these by you all. This is a product we're going to carry in the store all the time. So, quickly, because I know I'm running long on this video, this is Grizzly Ridge. Okay, this is Auguson's Farms kind of hunting, camping, fishing supply. Okay, these are individually bagged. That's oatmeal, hot chocolate mix, orange drink, beef stroganoff, potato soup, pasta Alfredo. Okay, so this bucket contains 17,810 calories. Okay, so if you wanted to say, all right, my body needs 2,000 calories a day to be able to operate itself, if you divide basically 18,000 calories by 2,000 a day, you can stick with this bucket and live on this bucket, nothing but this bucket, for about 9 days. Okay, if this is all that you had, this is an option for about 9 days of food. Okay, they have done a great job on nutritional information. There's no hydrogenated oils in here. There's no trans fats. Everything is a just add water deal. You add hot water to it. But this is much more of a hunting, fishing, camping option. Okay, this is something you could put. Those of you that do any kind of survivalist stuff know what a bug out vehicle is. This is something you could drop in a bug out vehicle. Okay, get you through about 10 days on its own with nothing else. Okay, a couple of longer term options. All right, this is 203 servings. Okay, this is budgeted at 2,000 calories a day. This is a 4-person, 72-hour survival kit. Okay, this is meant to maintain 4 people at 2,000 calories a day for 72 hours. It's 3 days. Okay, so this is a great kit if you have a family and you're worried about a big giant snowstorm. And this is something that you can just put in your house, put in your closet, and forget about. This is shelf stable as it's packaged for 20 to 25 years, depending on what is in it. Okay, contained in here, soup mix, chicken soup mix. It comes with a meal plan, so you don't have to think about, oh my gosh, what am I going to feed this day to make sure that I can get through the 72 hours with my family of 4. Okay, this has a 24-day, if you want to extend this out for somebody, you can do that. So individually packed. Now each of these bags contains more than one serving. So when you start to go through this, if you begin to use it, you do have to pay attention and make sure that you do measure out what your servings are. This is one that people don't think about when they start to begin to look at some kind of long-term food storage. Milk, okay? I have 2 teenage boys. We go through a gallon of milk a day in my house in some cases. And if you took my kids' milk away, there would be a borderline insurrection in our home. So this is one of those things that people don't think about. Okay? There are options for milk. There are options for butter. There are options for eggs that are long-term shelf-stable products. Okay? This is a milk packet. More milk. So as you begin to go through this, and the thing that I liked about what Augusons did, I'm going to dig a little because I need something that's in the bottom of this bucket. The thing that I like about what Augusons did is you need, in some cases, if things really, really get bad, you will need 2 things that are going to be a little difficult to come by in a really, really, really rough situation. You need a heat, for these, you need a heat source, and you need clean water. All of Auguson's longer term kits come with a filter bottle that will filter 1,000 of these to filter out bacteria and sediment and dirt, and they come with a heat source, a fire block. Okay, this is one of those things that if you're going to buy one of these, any kind of long-term kit, and it doesn't have a filter and a heat source in it, you need to make sure that you have a filter and a heat source. Because if you're not in your home, then you're going to have to come up with a source of clean water and a source of heat to be able to do this. This comes in this bucket. This is 72 hours worth of food for 4 people, or it can be 12 days or 24 days of food for 1 person, depending on your calorie load. Now, if you go out 24 days on this kit, you are going to have to supplement this with some calories. But you could go 12 days on this kit and nothing but this kit on your own, eating no external food sources, and run around 2,000 calories a day, give you plenty of calories to be able to do whatever it is that you need to do, and not have to worry about being hungry, not have to worry about going into calorie deprivation. Great solution. Now, all that fits in there. Let me give you some prices. This Grizzly Ridge bucket, priced as is. Now, as I said, this is more of a short-term stick in your vehicle or a short-term hunting, fishing, camping. This, because it is individually packed and it is geared more toward the camping and the hunting side, this bucket is a little pricier. Okay? This bucket is $98. Okay? This bucket, which is that 72-hour survival kit for a family of 4, with the filter pack, with the water bottle, this bucket is $95. This is something that you buy, you put in your closet, and you hang on to for whenever you need it. It's $100 worth of investment to protect your family from things that happen that would prevent you from getting out. All right, this is my personal favorite. Okay, this is a 6-pound pail. All right, this is 300 calories. 300 calories. The Augusons people will fuss at me if they watch this. This is 300 servings, 20-year shelf stable, 1,857 calories average per day for 30 days. Self-contained, with a bottle, with a heat source. This bucket, nothing but this bucket, without external calorie supplementation, will allow you to have 1,857 calories a day on average with no external food sources. This is an excellent, excellent, easy long-term food storage solution. If you are someone who wants to have 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 6 months worth of this kind of food supply in your house, and frankly, you just don't want to go through the trouble of tackling how many number 10 cans do I need, and what do I need of this, and how much of this, this is something that you can buy, put in a closet, and be done with it. You need water and you need a heat source. Just like the 72-hour emergency pail, this pail comes with water, with a water bottle, and a heat source. It also comes, just like the 72-hour pail does, comes with a meal planner You can stretch this out if you want to. This is the 30-day planner. It tells you exactly what to eat every day to make sure that you get 1,800 calories and to make sure that your food lasts for the entire 30 days. There is a 45-day option in here. Now, obviously, your calorie load on a 45-day option on this bucket is going to be lower because this is designed to be a 30-day supply, not a 45-day supply. But if you have a way to supplement this with additional calories, if you have some peanut butter, if you have some tuna fish, some canned chicken, some chipped beef, if you have a freezer full of meat, there are ways to supplement this, beans, any other calorie source you can put into this, stretch this for up to 45 days, even further if you would need to, if you want to sit down and do the budget. But if you just want a 30-day, put in your closet and forget about forever until you need it, this is a fantastic option, okay? I am thrilled that we have this relationship with them and this is something we can offer our customers. This bucket is $140, okay? 30-day food supply, everything that you need, all the calories that you need. You don't have to eat anything else except what is in this bucket. 30 days with a water supply and a heat source for $140. If you want to put one of these, as I said with the other one, if you've got a little bit of a survival bent to you and you know what a bug out vehicle is or a bug out location, you stack 5 or 6 of these in a bug out location and you've got 30 days of food per person for however many people that you want to put in there. If you want to tuck 4 or 5 of these in a closet and just forget them in case you ever need them, that's a pretty cheap investment to not have to worry about things in some kind of a situation where you need long-term food stores. So there's going to be a follow-up video to this one. This was just a little bit of a product overview on what we've got. We're going to take some pictures and things as we begin to prepare these and use them. There's going to be a follow-up video right behind this, and I would encourage you to come back and look at this because it's going to be pretty cool. So again, this is Auguson Farms. If you want to get online, it's augusonfarms.com, and you can see all of the information, all the calorie information that's on there, all the product information. I am so glad that we have this as an option to present to people, and thanks for checking us out. And as always, come to gentrysonline.com. You can see all of the other products that we have, all the firearms and hunting supplies and accessories and shooting accessories and all of that. And thanks so much for watching us.